Welcome, everyone, to People on Dating. I'm your host, Will Morales. And for those of you who are tuning in for the first time, this podcast is about the ups and downs of dating and how to navigate through it. Today, it's a topic that I wanted to talk about is, do looks let men off the hook? And women. I don't want to just put it all on men, but in this particular subject, it's because of a woman that I know, a young woman, and looks came into play. Um, So one of the things about the dating dynamics is that we probably been involved, we've seen it, we experienced it. We experienced it. A guy messes up, maybe he's unreliable, a dick, a bit toxic, but somehow he gets another chance with certain women. Why? Because he's hot. So is it fair? What's going on here? And yes, maybe I'm hating. I rate myself a 5. So, that's the way it is. But I got to admit, too, that if the guy got it, he got it. You can't even hate on it. Maybe I might be hating, but you really can't hate on it. Anyway, so I wanted to talk about maybe why this happens. And, I did a little research. I wanted to find out some things. So I went to this website. Now, I didn't go to like 100 websites, just one or two websites. And one of them is called Very Well Mind. So I'll definitely put it on the show notes. And it says studies show that physical attraction can create something called a halo effect, which means that someone who is attractive, whether it's a man or woman, we subconsciously assign them, or we give them positive traits. We think they're kind. We think they're intelligent. We think they're trustworthy. We someone we could definitely hang out with, even before they have earned it. For women, right? You got the pressure from society that they got to play this role. They always got to have the makeup on, whether you're going to the store or not. You always got to look your best, right? Unfortunately, it's undue pressure, in my opinion. And guys, we're often told to prioritize finding that partner, that woman who's beautiful, right? And for a man, for us, for a man to find a woman that's beautiful, and for a woman to find a man who's good looking, hot, and all that. And let's face it, for some women, a good looking man might, right? They'll let a good looking man slide. They have an easier time in certain circumstances to convince someone to forgive them with a charming smile, or they have that apologetic look. And, a woman will probably melt 9 out of 10 times. But, obviously there's pros and cons. So let's talk about the giving someone a second chance and how looks does play a role. Forgiving someone because you find them attractive, you know, to them that might not be entirely shallow. Physical attraction is definitely a key for a romantic relationship, whether you're a guy or a girl. For a guy, you want to look at a girl that has a nice body, in shape, and all that. Whether you're 22, 60 is the same thing for guys. You want to look for a woman that's somewhat in shape. For a girl, they want to look for a guy that's hot. They like the bad boys with the tattoos, the goatee or the beard that's cropped very well. But sometimes that spark might motivate you to work through some issues instead of walking away at the sign of trouble. Something that you see a red flag. And for in particular for this story, I want to tell you is I know this young woman. I think she's in her late 20s. She's attracted to this high status. I think he's a VP at a bank or something. She's in late 20s. I think he's in his late 30s, early 40s. Handsome guy, everything. So making a long story short, she texted him about something. I forgot what was the story, to be honest with you, and because it was so long ago. But I remember one thing she said is that the man didn't return the text for 3 days. All I know, if I don't care how busy you are, if you're not returning, I don't care if it's 12 hours later, it's at 9 in the morning, and you respond at 8 at night. I don't care as long as you respond that same day. Not wait 3 damn days to respond, because then I'm just not. you're not interested, and I'm moving on. Anyway, which again, I take it as that person's not interested. She told me that she saw him again somewhere else and they had a good conversation and she's smiling. She's telling me she had a great time talking to him. So I said to myself, yeah, the looks, you know, she saw his look and his face and said, you know what, I want to definitely talk to this guy because she definitely was happy about it. And sometimes women forgive because they see the potential. They might have a good conversation, even though this guy didn't text back 3 days until 3 days later. She let it slide. They believe the guy can change or improve, and that attraction gives them the patience. His attraction gives them patience for her to stick around. Again, there's chemistry, so it's easy to overlook the red flags because now you're kind of emotionally invested because you do like them. You're forgiving them, right, to keep that connection at least for the short term. Going now, again, now for the cons, you're overlooking the red flags. You're forgiving someone because they're attractive. You can ignore the serious issues, the lack of effort, they can lie. You might not see the toxic behavior because it's early on in the relationship. Unfortunately, looks cannot fix a bad character, whether it's a man or a woman. Uh, if a man realizes that he can get away with his bad behavior because of his looks and he knows it, he'll know that he doesn't need to change. And does this create an imbalance in the relationship? Hell yeah. Where one person is always forgiving and the other one keeps on messing up. And again, I just want to put this all on women that they overlook. Sometimes they do, but they got to realize that sometimes the guy could be just an ass. Same thing for a man. Sees a pretty woman, he considers her a 7, 8, or 9. She's not returning his calls or coming up with excuses, can't hang out, whatever. So to me, I know relationships could be built on physical attraction alone, but you gotta, we gotta, are they lacking deeper qualities needed for that long term relationship? Mutual respect, having a good conversation, emotional intimacy, shared values. So, can we find a balance? It's okay, definitely, to appreciate someone's good looks, but it's imperative that we evaluate their actions and character. One, does this person treat me with respect? Do they take accountability for their mistakes? Is this someone I can trust and hang out with or build a future with? To me, if out of these three questions you answer no on one of them, you got, to me, I'm sorry, you got to have all three. Someone that can treat me with respect, they make their mistake, they'll like say sorry, and obviously build a future and trust. You know what I mean? Anyway, uh, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to cover this. How a man can get a man or a woman, but again, because I'm talking about my friend who's in her late 20s. This guy got away, to me, got away with something. But anyway, it is what it is. But I would like to hear from you guys, whether it's a man or woman. Have you forgiven someone because of their looks? Did it work out? Did it suck at the end? Please, you could send me your stories at peopleondating@gmail.com, or this is going to be on YouTube or Instagram. Tell me what you think. Anyway, guys, that is it for today's episode for People on Dating. If you enjoyed this topic, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave a review, share it, like it. In the future, we're going to be talking about how social media affects modern day dating. So definitely look out for that. I got a bunch of guests coming up. I'm finally going to have some new guests. So I can't wait for that. Anyway, guys, thanks for listening. And remember, not sometimes, looks will fade as we get older. But the damn red flags will stay there lit. So until next time, have a great day, everybody. And please stay safe. Bye.